bench press biomechanics live lecture happening tomorrow inside of Team Activated, where we are going to be talking about setting up your training and technique to work as well as possible for your strengths and your leverages. Be there or be square. Click the link down below to join the team so you can attend. And on that note, it is bench day, and we only got 3 real bench sessions, counting today, left until the meet. With how bench has been feeling, I am feeling pressure to get my shit together, but I also need to remember that what I do today is not going to make the meet, but if I fuck myself up, it can sure as shit break it. So only real goal for today is to do something that's gonna let me build momentum. And it doesn't feel like super freaking poppy, but I am very excited to report that I think all the shoulder prep I've been doing at home is finally catching up, because that actually didn't hurt for real, and I'm not just lying to the camera again. And I'd be willing to bet that as I continue to build trust, some of that pop should start coming back. Told you, fuckers. And still haven't decided what I'm doing for sure today, top set wise, but the set is gonna help me make that decision. So, and that felt better than bench has for like a month and a half. But even though it felt good, I don't think it moved good enough to have earned the right to go up today with my intent on the day. So we're gonna run another and see if we can clean her up a little bit. And I think I got a pretty good idea what I can do better for this one. So we're gonna do better for this one.
Better, come on.
Yeah, that was it. And you know what I did there? 0 neck bridging. And like, everyone's talking about how like you can neck bridge to create more thoracic extension, but I think the problem is with my arch, with my whole upper back situation, with how strong I can pull back, because I'm used to like pulling back against a 900-pound squat bar. Like, I'm shoving back so hard that I'm actually like levering my rib cage down and fucking up my arch, fucking up my ability to drive out of the bottom. And I was scrolling through my old Instagram posts, kind of like thinking about what I should be doing at this far out, trying to like think about how I'm going to set up the rest of this peak. And this far out from the Vegas meet, I did immediately after the pec tear when I was 320. This far out, I did 365 for triple that moved a little bit worse, or a whole lot worse than these. But I think like the problem that I'm kind of having right now with this is, maybe it is just because the narrow grip is new, maybe it is the narrow grip, maybe it's just me coming off of a deload, but I don't feel like I have a ton of like, even though it's moving fast, I don't feel like I have a ton of like chug through with this grip. So because the shoulder feels freaking phenomenal today, I want to go down, just run a light set of 2 plates, see how the shoulder does with my more normal grip. So run a little bit of experiment, because I think it still is worth, like, to me, because like the shoulder feels so freaking good. I want to be like, okay, was it the grip? Was it the shoulder? If the grip still feels fucked today, we're just abandoning it. But I might want to give it another chance if it feels zero amount of fucked. You know? Because logically, this grip should be stronger if I can make it work the shoulders, so we'll give it a little bit of a run. That was like the holy fuck, that felt good facial expression. But it's only 2 plates, so not heavy enough to know. Yeah. And I guess if we really hammer this, we know we got options.
Right.
Come on. Yeah, we're good. I think we're going to be able to hit a 242 bench PR, guys. And for reference, 242 bench PR is just 463, so we better freaking smack that. And we're going to run some more of these shoulder saver pad JMEs just to touch the triceps hard with some consistency so I can make sure that I'm progressing by doing better, not just progressing by being an asshole and using less range of motion. Thinking 245-ish for the first work set. I very much enjoy these. Because I would not be taking a real JM that far down since I'm a pansy. But since I have a target to aim for here, aiming for that target prevents me from doing any pansy bullshit. Might as well get a little adventurous for set 2. Probably don't need a spot, but just be semi-aware. I think like perfect world, gonna aim to end up above 300 on the last heavy push with those suckers. But before we get excited about pushing big weights, we gotta do the shit that ensures my shoulder is in good enough shape to actually push big weights. I really hope these don't feel or look as embarrassing as last week. Think we're good to add a little weight. And I didn't watch the tape back to double check the first set, so if this looks really stupid, I apologize in advance. Harder than I would have loved, but glad that I did it. And because that last one was heavier feeling than I would have loved, stepping back down to body weight to make sure that I'm not overstepping on week 1 of a wave. And even if that ain't great, so much freaking better than it was a couple of weeks ago. And I'm thinking with how everything feels, even if the dumbbell flies feel freaking amazing with the shoulder saver pad, I think I'm going to be better off touching the top end of that strength curve with this terrible machine. Machine's actually really nice. I just hate it because how freaking hard it gets at the top of the range. And we shall crank some of my favorite stabilized-ish pushdowns. Just get to lean back, relax for a little bit, get a tricep pump, something. I don't know. Why am I still talking? And I'm trying to allow like a responsible amount of roll on these compared to previous weeks. Like not enough to just like totally asshole away from the tries, but enough that I can almost like get more tension through the meat of the range of motion. These are nice. And these guys felt really freaking good last week, as did today's bench. So I think we are definitely going to keep them in for a little bit at least. And to complete the upper back touch-in, we're going to run some chest-supported rear delt rows. And the whole idea here is that I'm trying to pull as wide as I can, almost trying to aim the dumbbells outside of my elbows like a bit of a fly hybrid. But doing this and pulling wide is another one of those things where I'm kind of getting exactly what I want out of my rear delts for better spreading into my bench. And we need some more spreading into my bench. So we're going to keep doing work to prime the spreadability or something. There's no music in the gym right now. It feels really awkward talking without background noise. So yeah. And we're finishing up with some fronties, trying to get a bit more range than we have been, just so I don't have to use as heavy of dumbbells, because I don't know, I just don't want to use heavy dumbbells. And we're going to revisit some of these guys because they feel very nice on the hips and torso and everything. Signing up for this meet, one of the bigger goals I had in mind was beating the bench that I had at 308 in May, this meet as a 242. And for a little while there, it really wasn't looking like it was going to happen, with the shoulder fucking off, with everything feeling bad, blah, 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 blah. But I think with how those moved today, we are on track. And I think the lesson here for you guys is that if you are in a meet prep where like things do go sideways, like if something happens that's out of your control and you hurt your shoulder like I did, if you end up getting sick and you can't really train for a week because of that, if bullshit's just piling on and you're making bad choices and you end up getting a little bit overcooked, you can turn it around. And I think the biggest mistake so many intermediates make going into a meet, if they are in a situation where it's not looking great, is instead of giving themselves a chance to pull it off and best case have a good meet still. Worst case, it might not go great, but they're going to learn from it. If you just quit the meet prep, if you pull out and if you don't finish the job, you are going to learn to quit. You're going to accept that quitting when it gets hard is okay. And if you want to get to a place where you're actually going to hit a really big freaking total, like when you're at the point where you can hit a really big freaking total, the meet prep will be so much harder than it is as an intermediate. And if you don't wrap your head around getting through that hardness, you are going to have a really freaking difficult time with finishing the job and pulling it off. So, moral of the story, if shit looks bleak, if shit looks bad, take it as an opportunity to learn, see what you are made of, stick it out, get the job done. Peace out, guys. Have a good night.